Imagine falling head over heels for someone, truly believing you found that rare connection you've searched for your entire life, only to discover that loving them might mean ripping their family apart. What would you do when your heart says yes but an entire culture screams no? This isn't just a story about love, it's about an impossible choice, and it's hitting me right in the feels. Before we dive into this emotionally charged tale, do me a favor and like, subscribe, and comment below with your thoughts. It really helps the channel grow. Now, let's talk about our narrator, a 29-year-old woman who found herself in this agonizing position. She'd been dating her boyfriend, who was 26, for only a couple of months. And in that short time, something profound had happened. She was catching serious feelings, the kind that make your chest ache with a delicious mix of joy and vulnerability. It had been a long time since she felt anything this real, this potent. He felt like the one, a soul connection that transcended the newness of their relationship. But even from their very first conversations, a dark shadow loomed over their burgeoning romance, a shadow cast by his family's deeply ingrained expectations. Her boyfriend had been remarkably transparent from the outset, a quality she undoubtedly appreciated, even if the information he shared was heartbreaking. His family, you see, is Libyan and Muslim, and their expectations for him were crystal clear. He was to date and marry within his race and religion. There was no room for deviation, no space for compromise. For them, it wasn't just a preference, it was an absolute requirement, a cornerstone of their identity and heritage. The ironic twist in all this is that her boyfriend isn't particularly religious himself. He goes along with it, plays the part for his family, attending the mosque, participating in traditions, all to keep the peace and maintain the facade of adherence. His family, of course, believes he's just as devout as they are, unaware of the internal conflict he navigates daily. They've even tried to set him up with Arab girls before, only for him to politely, but firmly, decline, citing a lack of interest. But it was never just a lack of interest, it was a deeper understanding that his heart simply wasn't in it. And then, our narrator entered his life. She is white, and not religious, a combination that, in the eyes of his family, would be completely unacceptable, an absolute impossibility. It's an immediate, undeniable roadblock. She understood this, intellectually, from the moment he laid it all out. Yet, knowing it intellectually did nothing to quell the burgeoning storm of emotions in her heart. How do you prepare yourself for a relationship that feels so right, but is, by all external measures, doomed from the start? It's a cruel paradox, a love story written with a built-in expiration date. Her boyfriend, in his candidness, didn't shy away from the truth of what a future with her would entail. He assured her that if they eventually got serious, if they continued dating for a long time, if they started discussing next steps like moving in or marriage, he would tell his family about her. But he didn't sugarcoat the reaction. He told her plainly that his family would be very upset, that some of them might even stop talking to him entirely. This wasn't a casual disagreement, this was the prospect of a complete rupture, a deep and painful rift in the fabric of his family, all because of her. The weight of this possibility pressed down on our narrator's shoulders. She didn't want to be the reason he lost his family, or cause such a devastating schism. How could she, in good conscience, be the catalyst for such profound pain in someone she was growing to love so deeply? The guilt, the fear of being the destructive force, was immense. But her boyfriend, seeing her distress, offered another perspective, one that provided a sliver of desperate hope amidst the despair. He assured her that this rupture, this breaking away from family expectations, would happen regardless of who he chose. He simply couldn't see himself being with a religious or Arab woman. He wasn't just choosing her over an arranged marriage, he was choosing his own path, his own happiness, over the path his family had laid out for him. This realization, while comforting in its own way, didn't make the choice any easier. It just shifted the burden from "am I destroying his family?" to "am I prepared for the inevitable fallout alongside him?" Our narrator found herself in an impossible bind, caught between a love that felt destiny-driven and a reality that promised heartbreak and conflict. Her friends, bless their hearts, had been no help either, their opinions were as divided as her own thoughts. Some argued she should protect her heart and walk away now, before the feelings deepened and the pain became unbearable. Others insisted that if he truly was the one, if this love was real, it was worth fighting for, worth risking everything. Lost in this maze of conflicting emotions and advice, she did what so many of us do in times of crisis, she turned to Reddit. Perhaps it was the influence of watching too many Reddit story videos, or perhaps it was just the desperate need for an unbiased perspective from strangers who understood the complexities of modern relationships. She laid bare her soul, her fear, her hope, her love, and her desperate question to the internet: do I end it early to protect my heart and his, or is it worth the risk if he may be the one? It's a question that echoes in the hearts of anyone who has ever faced an insurmountable obstacle in the name of love. What do you do when your greatest joy comes with the heaviest price? Should she hold on to this fragile, beautiful connection, knowing the storm it will unleash, or should she make the painful decision to sever ties now, to spare them both from a potential future of family estrangement and societal judgment? Her dilemma is raw, real, and heartbreakingly common. If you were in her shoes, what would you advise her to do? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.